every class, the most commonly asked question is, how do you use a heart rate monitor to train? Following that, the next concern is, how do you measure your maximum heart rate? Already, more and more runners are starting to use heart rate monitors to train. But if you have not found your maximum heart rate or resting heart rate, there is no way you can correctly use the heart rate function. Your minute-by-minute heart rate figure is actually not of great significance because we depend on your maximum heart rate or heart rate reserve percentage. But the maximum heart rate formula is not sufficient enough. This formula was created by an exercise physiologist based on the average from a group of similar individuals. However, you do not want to just use this average value. Therefore, I will now introduce a method on how to measure your maximum and resting heart rate. First, I will introduce maximum heart rate. The best place is on a 400-meter stretch of road that is at a 5% incline. If you are unable to find this near your house, you can also use a 400-meter track, although using an incline is a more accurate measure. Before you start the test, first put on your heart rate watch and warm up for 10 minutes. Then stop and find your pulse. Make sure your heart rate matches the figure on your heart rate watch. For the first lap, run at 80% effort up the 400-meter incline. If you are running on a track, change the distance to 800 meters. After you have completed each lap, jog back downhill to the start and then rest for 3 minutes. Continue on and run the second lap. The second lap, you want to run at 90% effort. When you have completed it, do the same as the previous lap and rest for 3 minutes. Next, run the third lap at 100% effort. We will then get a heart rate value. Suppose that on the third lap, my heart rate is 190. But I have not yet finished as I still need to complete another lap. On this lap, my goal is to get an even higher heart rate figure. Let's just say that my heart rate is now 191. After the third lap, you want to change the resting time to 5 minutes. The purpose of this is for you to be able to reach your maximum heart rate. If you are unable to get your heart rate higher than the previous lap, then we will make the highest figure your maximum heart rate. If on the fourth lap you are able to get an even higher heart rate figure, then repeat another lap. Continue until you are unable to get a higher heart rate figure than the previous lap. By doing this, you are ensuring you are finding your maximum heart rate. Next, I will share with you how to measure your resting heart rate. Choose one day to get a good night of sleep. Then sit up and take your pulse for 1 minute. After 1 minute, the figure displayed on your watch is your resting heart rate. Here, we will use a Garmin running watch as an example. Input your maximum heart rate and resting heart rate. Then you can see your heart rate zones. For example, today you want to train in your aerobic zone. You can use the heart rate function and set it to the aerobic zone to train. If today you were going to run a marathon, you can use the heart rate function and set it to the marathon pace zone in order to determine your pace. As a result, you can use your maximum heart rate and resting heart rate to determine your heart rate zones. This is the most accurate method to use your heart rate monitor to train more efficiently.